What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video, we're checking out a double balloon team, Drifblim and Drifloon, with an Empoleon lead. So shout out to Gudok1996 for sharing these battles with us. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, getting into the first battle. Now, this is still in the Hisui Cup right now, and double balloons are pretty strong. So we're going to see a Drifblim here on the lead. Obviously, Empoleon matchup right here is really nice, especially if you can successfully shield the Shadow Ball, as you are putting a lot of pressure here with Waterfall and Hydro Cannon. So they're probably going to get the first shield of this game, and they do. Now, I wasn't counting right there. I think that was just 4 hexes. It might actually be a Shadow Ball here. No, it was just an Icy Wind, so that's a great call there. The opponent now is going to probably need to throw a Shadow Ball, but Empoleon is definitely in a very good position where they can easily shield right here and throw the next Hydro Cannon. It's just going to be another Icy Wind, and we do see a swap out into Toxicroak, so that is going to be met with a Drifblim. What's really cool about this matchup for Drifblim's side, not for Toxicroak, is Toxicroak is only doing resisted damage. Counter, Sludge Bomb, Mud Bomb. Sludge Bomb still hurts, but this is such a good matchup for double balloons right here. So they're just going to go ahead and go straight for the Shadow Ball. Try to force that final shield from the opponent, but Toxicroak is likely going to go down. Now, it's going to be a Bastiodon in the back. So things are actually looking really good. Empoleon still got a decent amount of health on it with a Hydro Cannon loaded. So we will see them go for Shadow Balls right here for neutral damage, and then we will see the little balloon versus big balloon fight. And the Bastiodon, I think, decided to let the Drifblim get another charge move in because they wanted to get it lower, maybe? Nope. Okay, they're just going to go ahead and fast move down, and then we will see that Empoleon come in. We see a fast swap into Drifblim, but this is still a tough situation for them because they are forced to shield right now, and we will see them swap into the Drifloon here to farm down. Now, they can easily no-shield this. If this is Shadow Ball, just let it go. Just let it go. Get boomed. It's just going to be an Icy Wind because Empoleon could still come in and farm down. Either way, you want to save that shield for Empoleon versus the Bastiodon matchup. So really good call right there. But you guys can already imagine how strong double balloons in the back could be. And I believe the Drifloon here is XL. So that's going to be a tough one if you guys don't have it, but maybe you guys could go with double flyers as well. That basically could work too. They're going to go ahead and just shield the flamethrower and farm down, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. So a really unique strategy right here where they have really good coverage. If there is a Bastiodon in the back, and I imagine they'd lose lead if there was, potentially, then they'll be able to draw it out with the balloons. All right, so we got Empoleon on the lead versus Cresselia here. Okay, what could be in the back? Maybe Bastiodon. We're going to see them swap out into the Drifblim right here. And this is good swapping into Drifblim. You may be asking, like, what's the safe swap here? Drifloon or Drifblim? If you go into Drifloon on the safe swap, right, the opponent might register that there might be a Drifblim in the back. It's very recognizable if you go for Drifloon that there might be Drifblim. But if you go for Drifblim safe swap, it could be anything in the back. Just something to note, as they do land the Shadow Ball right there. So perfect. Are they going to shield this one and try to farm down? Yep, they're going to go ahead and shield, farm down, get that energy. The opponent in the back might be weak. And it is going to be a Drifblim mirror right here, which is really nice. They should be able to get to 2 Icy Winds. Ooh, this is going to be close on the next Icy Wind. I think it might be a CMP tie, or the opponent might be one fast move ahead right here. Let's see. Nope, it's going to be CMP tie. Here we go. They go for the Shadow Ball. The opponent's looking to over farm right here, trying to commit to the farm down, which means they're going to be forced to double shield right here. Yep, and they do get 2 shields, which is beautiful. They can come in with Empoleon and load up on energy and just need to successfully shield the Shadow Ball. Even if Shadow Ball lands, Empoleon can still survive. It is going to be the Shadow Ball here. So they will be able to survive, and they're going to have to get to this Hydro Cannon. They do get to it in time. So there's an Empoleon with a decent amount of health and a Drifloon in the back. Cresselia is gone. Drifblim is gone. What is the final Pokemon going to be? It's going to be a Lucario. So that's going to be a good game. Shadow Ball right here should be able to take it, as it will be doing quite a bit of neutral damage. So good game right there. But yeah, if you guys are looking to run this team and you happen to have it, again, Drifblim is going to be your safe swap, because if you safe swap Drifloon, it's a huge tell that you got double balloon in the back. All right, we got Empoleon versus Empoleon mirror right here. This is really interesting because how you play this is you're going to need to keep your Empoleon alive just in case there is a Bastiodon in the back potentially, as it could be an awkward ABA line, right? Empoleon, Bastiodon, and then like maybe Drifblim. So let's see how they decide to play this right here. They're going to have to keep it alive. We see the opponent trying to sneak, trying to go for back-to-back Hydro Cannons right here as they do get the first one off. I think they're like 2 fast moves away. Yeah, 1. Oh, okay, they decide to throw it. No shield right there as well, so the Empoleon is low, and if there's a Bastiodon in the back, I think it might be all over. They're instantly swapping out, saving the Empoleon because that waterfall damage is going to come in clutch in this game, I can already tell. They're going to go ahead and switch out right away. It is going to be a Toxicroak in the back, and okay, Drifblim and Toxicroak, that is manageable with this team, especially ahead on energy in a mirror fight, and we still have Drifloon in the back right here, so really good call by the by this battler. Gudok 1996, swapping out right away. You have to save that Empoleon. Again, if there was that Bastion on the back, those maybe 2 waterfalls, maybe 3 that you could get with that health could come in clutch. But thankfully, there was no Bastiodon in the back right here, and Drifloon is going to be able to sweep relatively easily as they decide to no-shield the Icy Wind. Okay, all shields are down. Little Balloon is going to go to town right here. They'll probably let this... Actually, no, they might go for a shield here and just go for a Shadow Ball. Nope, they're going to go ahead and let it go. Now they're going to come in with Drifloon right here and just load up on energy. They have to start shielding right now. Again, we know that Toxicroak Sludge Bomb is resisted, but it still does a good chunk. But the hardest hitting moves left in this game are Shadow Ball and Icy Wind. So they're going to go ahead and throw the Icy Wind now to take out the Drifblim before they can debuff them. And they just need to go for 1 Shadow Ball here to close this game out. And that's going to be a good battle, very well played, as Toxicroak really can't do anything and the opponent decides to surrender. Okay, moving into the next one. We have Empoleon on the lead versus Toxicroak. All right, let's see how they decide to play this out. This is where Bastiodon could be in the back. We're going to see that Drifblim swap out, and it draws out the Bastiodon exactly how we thought this would play out because Bastiodon is going to be that hardest counter. It's guaranteed to draw it out, and you should be able to get to 2 Shadow Balls right here. And if you don't, you could go for the Icy Wind. Oh, this is going to be really close. Let's see. Yeah, they should be able to get to 2 Shadow Balls unless the opponent decides to throw energy. Okay, they're going to go ahead and, yeah, go for the Shadow Ball right here. The opponent needs to farm down, right? You cannot throw energy. If you're in the other situation, if you're the Bastiodon right now, you do not want to throw that energy, and this opponent is letting him farm him down a little bit more because all you want to do is get 1 Flamethrower off versus Empoleon, and don't give Empoleon any energy, or the lowest amount of energy possible. So we do see the Flamethrower come through. The Empoleon's going to let this go, and it's going to be, this whole game is going to be put on the back of Drifloon because they're hoping they don't have a counter. Toxicroak is obviously coming back in, so we will see these go for the Drill Peck here to force a shield, but a CMP tie! This is so unfortunate here for Empoleon. They have to let it go, and it's going to be up to Drifloon to close this game out. Let's see what happens. It's a mirror fight right here, and they do decide to surrender. That is unfortunate. Good game. All right. Moving to the next one, we have Empoleon on the lead versus Shadow Abomasnow. So Empoleon is going to have to handle this, and this is kind of tough because you have to land the Drill Peck. But thankfully, Waterfalls, even though they are resisted, they're still doing a respectable amount of damage right there, as you guys can see, as compared to Powder Snow here. So they're going to go ahead and shield. It was the Energy Ball, so that's a huge shield right there for them. And now they're in a really good position to put a lot of pressure back on this Shadow Abomasnow while keeping the double balloons in the back really safe. So the opponent might be reading right now that they could be weak in the back to Shadow Abomasnow. I would be if the Empoleon is staying in right now, but let's see what they decide to do. Back-to-back Energy Ball, good double shields right there, and this is going to get very interesting very quickly. Let's see if they can catch an Energy Ball on Drifblim. That would be a huge play. Drill Peck's gonna... Nope, Abomasnow goes down. Okay, we're gonna see an instant swap out. Gastrodon comes in, and it's Hippowdon, so double ground in the back, which means Icy Wind is looking very, very good right now. So that's looking to be a good game if we were gonna be chessing this out, because they are forcing a shield right there, and the Drifloon as well is going to be resisting both Mud Slap, Body Slam, and Earth Power there from Gastrodon. So the Weather Ball is going to be doing super effective damage, but they should be able to get to this Shadow Ball in time. And this is, again, this is only pure ground typing on Hippowdon, so this is going to be doing a lot of neutral damage. Boom! It goes down. That was Shadow Hippowdon. We do see the Gastrodon come back in, and that's going to be a good game. Empoleon and Drifloon here looking very strong. Even though the Empoleon does take super effective damage, that Waterfall and Hydro Cannon will still do a respectable chunk. So Gastrodon now is going to be going down. Oh, it has Water Pulse! Very nice! I love to see that, but ultimately it doesn't matter. Drifloon would have won that, and that is going to be a good game. Okay, you don't expect the Water Pulse every now and then, but that's a good call. All right, we got Empoleon on the lead versus Frostlass. This is exactly what you want to see right here on the lead, similar to the Abomasnow one, but in this case, Waterfall is neutral, so you can just chunk this thing down, almost at 50% HP as well, and they will respect the potential Shadow Ball, so they're going to go ahead and shield. It was just an Avalanche. That's all right. We see a swap out into Gastrodon, an instant swap out into Drifblim. This Gastrodon as well might be having Water Pulse for that neutral damage, otherwise it gets locked down by the Drifblim, so let's see what it does have. You want to maintain high energy here on Drifblim as well. No, it's just going to be the Earth Power. Yeah, that doesn't do much. So this is a really good situation. You're hard reading you just hard read that they only have Earth Power and Body Slam, which means you can undercharge. This is a great call. And hard farm down. If Frostlass is their best answer to a Drifblim, and Drifblim has access to Shadow Ball, you want to come out of this matchup with 100 energy because you can survive these charge moves and just fully farm down, and they do have 100 energy. This is beautiful. So let's see if Frostlass decides to come back in. It's out of energy as well, and it does have 2 shields. No, it's going to be an Empoleon. Okay, that's fine. This is good too because Shadow Ball is still going to do a lot of neutral damage, but Empoleon will get a lot of energy. Oh, that lands. That's a shiny Empoleon as well. They're going to go ahead and go for the next Shadow Ball here to try to even up the shields in this game, and let's see if they can do it. They do swap out right away as well back into their Empoleon, and the opponent surrenders right there, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. All right, moving to the next one, we got Empoleon on the lead versus Cresselia again. This is where we're going to see that swap out into Drifblim as they load up on energy, and the Drifblim comes in, Bastiodon comes out, and it's just like clockwork right here. You want to get off 2 Shadow Balls. Maybe even Shadow Ball Icy Wind if you're wanting to get some more energy from the hard farm down, which is definitely an option, especially since we saw Cresselia here on the lead, as it will be very tanky to take down. But they're going to go ahead. Let's see if they decide to go for the Shadow Ball, and I don't think they have enough time. It's one more Smackdown, I think, to take it out, so they won't be able to get to an Icy Wind as well unless the opponent decides to not do anything. Yeah, they went down. So Empoleon's going to come in and just load up on energy. No shield this. Flamethrower, it hurts. It's neutral, but it really doesn't do that much. You need those shields for Grassnon and whatever they have in the back, and coming out of here with a Hydro Cannon and a little bit extra energy is very nice. Now, this getting 2 is definitely tough. They're going to let it go. We will see a swap out right away as they want to save that energy. We don't know what's in the back. It might be Gastrodon. Yep, there's the Gastrodon. We're going to go ahead and see the swap out into Drifloon, and this is a beautiful situation right here where Drifloon core breaks Gastrodon and Cresselia. Now, is this going to be Water Pulse? This is the tough call right here. Do you let this go? You do. It's just going to be Body Slam, so not going to be doing much damage. And they can just go straight Shadow Ball right here. No reason to go for Icy Wind, as the opponent is likely going to be no shielding in this situation because Cresselia is going to be the real win con right here. And so if Cresselia swaps in, you want that Shadow Ball to land or force that shield, right? So just going to go ahead and go straight for the Shadow Ball. It does land. The opponent now swaps out, and this is where you could go for Icy Winds if you want, but honestly, just going straight Shadow Ball and even shielding them, especially when you're this far ahead on energy, is going to be the correct call. So we're going to see them look to, you got to start shielding these right here. Grass, I think that was quick enough to be Grassnot. No, it's going to be the Moonblast. Okay, yeah, you definitely got to be shielding these. Remember, Empoleon still has a charge move, I believe. I still think it has a Hydro Cannon. So these Shadow Balls putting the pressure now on Cresselia. They do get 2 shields, and now this is going to be a race to the next Shadow Ball. Switch clock is not up just yet for the opponent. It's very, very close. So they're going to have to shield right here, and this is where they could potentially catch the Shadow Ball. Nope, they don't get it. So they are going to be able to land this one, which is beautiful. And let's see if this is enough. It is. Boom! It goes down. They're going to swap out right away and throw the Hydro Cannon, which they did have banked. So that's a good game. Very well played. And just goes to show the showcase of losing lead, drawing out the Bastiodon, and let the Drifloon sweep in the end game. I think that was the last battle right there. So really good games right here, shared from Gudok 1996. Thank you for sharing this with us. Empoleon, Drifblim, and Drifloon. Double Balloon looking very strong. If you guys don't have a Drifloon, look to go for another flyer that you guys could utilize in there, and having the Drifblim draw out that Bastiodon and sweep in the end game with your other flyer. So hope you guys enjoy, and like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.